Good evening, everyone. Hello, welcome to Fuji. Just realized before I went live that my camera is a bit sideways. And then I realized that my camera is actually... Wait, if I do it like that, you will see the issue. Now you will not see the issue. The issue is, this is how it's fixed, right? And it can shake a bit and go out of focus, or like not out of focus, but out of correct orientation. I have to find a more solid solution in the long run. Yeah, also this face camera is a bit... wobbly. Anyway, yeah, we are in the same server as Jardier today. So, will be fun. If we can make it through the race without bugs. You remember when I last attempted a wet race? Half a week ago, or like what was it? Was it Tuesday? We had the wet tire bug. When one tire was medium, or even medium on 0%. And then it just kept crashing. So I kind of suspected it's maybe not a general tire problem, but maybe it's just a Peugeot problem. So I changed from Peugeot 23 to Peugeot 24, so maybe it's gonna be good today. Let's see. No problem till now. Right, chat is there. Hi Mario, hi Decker, hi Dewald. Oh Dewald, long time no see. If we are the same Dewald as my teammate from many years ago. But it's really good fun. Is the audio a bit... I think the engine is a bit quiet. Let me know. I think last time it was quite loud. In the BMW or whatever I drove. Was it Mustang? So I quieted it down, but now it's kind of... Is it my headset? 52%. No, shouldn't be the headset. Let me know. I can increase the audio a bit. I think last time it was, even after decreasing, still too loud on engine side of things. I don't know how to always have proper audio levels. It just doesn't work. If I keep the same levels, it's just gonna go out of order. I really don't get it. Why? Jardier asking me about wing. Around... I cannot type like that. Let's not rejoin unsafely. So it is Devold from FSR. Well, thank you. See you are driving as well. Enjoy it as well. Hi Joao, hi Vitka, hi... what was the name? Vandal. Welcome to the stream. We should have 10 minutes to go before the official server goes on. I don't know, if nobody stops me in the chat, I will increase the engine audio a little bit. I'm gonna just practice pit entry. It's quite tricky here, especially in the wet. The Fuji is really nice in the wet. I prefer it much prefer it in the wet compared to dry. Not sure why. Maybe because of tires and how they behave on slicks when overheating. Here is just more natural. Where to brake? Around here? Got a penalty in VMS Pro for cutting that pit entry. It was 4 wheels on that weird colored tarmac. Anyway, box practice. And let me go to settings and sound and put master. I don't know, it was 50 before, then I had to put it to 40, to 30. But now it's, I don't know, 44. If it's wrong, I can decrease it. Yeah, no tire bug yet, but I mean, I didn't have a tire bug last time in practice either. It became apparent in the official practice. So we will know in 8 minutes. Hi Alex, yes, back with the Peugeot. And believe it or not, but you guys will see me driving the Peugeot more in the future. For at least 9 rounds. Potentially. Let's see. Portimao in the wet. Yeah, that's for sure a tricky combination. I think Portimao in the wet. I don't think I've ever done it like properly wet there. But I think there is no way to burn all the battery, like all the charge that you get. You cannot burn it even on max deploy in the most extreme conditions. I think that's the case, but I'm not fully sure. So at that point you have to start decreasing the actual regen, which you never do because it worsens the braking performance, but I mean if it's fully soaked then you don't need the full brake performance anyway. Getting kind of dry already here. Still says wet. The first part of first stint will be fully soaked in the race. Gonna be quite tricky. This curb still grips a lot, I don't know. Yeah, so about the Peugeot, this is probably the first race for me with this car after the big tire update on December the 9th, when GT3s were first released and the hypercars also received a quick kind of upgrade, but it wasn't really an upgrade. It was just making the car easier to drive, but it was overdone, so it drifts too much now and doesn't lose enough grip when locking up. But I've not driven the Peugeot yet from December, and I mean it's hard to put it well into words, but it kind of feels iRacing-y, if that's a word. It kind of feels slightly disconnected from the road, but that means that it just is less reactive to what happens. Like Toyota is super nervous and reactive, but Peugeot just kind of glides like magic carpet across the track. But it's alright. Like I mean, when I say iRacing-y, it's like maybe 5% the way from Toyota LMH in LMU compared to LMP2 in iRacing, which I have driven recently. I think I have time for one more lap here. Yeah, the front is kind of lacking for sure, and I think it's pretty terrible on some tracks, like on Sebring. I tried it at Sebring, and it kind of feels like the car just will not turn in. It just keeps carrying speed and just ignores all the inputs. It just has mind of its own. Just pushes wide, like here, like this corner now that I've just done, it also kind of just kept pushing wide. The front didn't really react much. You just kind of have to be, I don't know, take time through each corner, just be smooth and wait for stuff to happen, and then but it's fast, like it's not slow, and it's only really like small details. It's not like as big of a change between different hypercars than it is when you compare Ford Mustang GT3 and the Porsche GT3, I think. There is more difference in GT3s. Do I have a full battery here? Wait, this is the button. Yeah, I have full battery. I still find myself hitting the hand-braking corners and wondering what is going on. And then I realize, yeah, the battery is clipping. Yeah, slow pit lane here, need to remember. Alright. Nice, even the badge is kind of correctly shaped at least. If that's visible. Anyway, quit to main menu. I think I have registered. Must have. Yeah, I'm surely registered. Sven with the Glickenhaus. Yeah, what is the deal with the Glick? I've seen him. I've seen it a lot in the wet races recently, and it's performed quite well at Interlagos as well. Hi Jonathan, thank you. Yeah, the 23 Peugeot was surprisingly fast on some tracks. Well, it lacked the acceleration a bit because it's LMH, but it had very low drag, so it was remarkably quick on some tracks, so it was BOP'd quite aggressively. And yeah, Rob, as you say, the front suffers, but you can do setup clicks to fix it, kind of, to have balanced wear front to rear. But yeah, I mean, I will see. And yeah, very smooth trail braking. That's important, especially if there are bumps, like Sebring last corner. It's quite tricky to... Yeah, you just have to brake early enough. And that aspect is kind of similar as LMDH cars when it comes to lockups. What is best CPU for LMU? Well, Fury, according to the devs and to general consensus, the CPU that I have now, which is this beautiful thing called AMD Ryzen 7 9800X3D. Supposedly that is the best solution, and I have gained a lot of FPS and performance, especially when running OBS in the background compared to the old i5 12600K. And now I'm of course GPU limited. Actually I'm not GPU processor limited, but I'm more like VRAM limited. I saw it being maxed and I had really bad FPS, but then I decreased the texture detail here in the graphic settings. This one, I had it on ultra. I put it to high, then it loads lower, like smaller textures, and then FPS went plus 50, so now I'm fine again. Hi Marius, hi Damned, and hi Irun. Join event. I mean, Vanval meta, that's gonna take a little bit more of BOPing before we have a Vanval meta. I don't know, let's see. I still think the Glickenhaus is like, it's not fast, it's still 2 seconds of pace or like 1.5 seconds. But in the wet it's different, but it still shouldn't be that competitive. But I don't know. Let's see what Sven does today. And Jurica with Glick. 2 Glicks, nice. Also about the LMDH nerf, plus 20 kilos and plus 10 for Porsche with a couple of horsepower less. It doesn't sound that extreme, to be honest. So I think the BOP overall is pretty solid. Hi Nicolo, about SR, it's difficult for me to help because my opinion is that SR is way too easy to gain here in this sim. I don't know why, like in iRacing it's much more difficult. Because you cut 5 times and or like 5-7 times you get these small cuts, which are not really cuts in some corners, and you already lose a lot of SR. And the higher SR is, the easier you lose it, I think. That's how I think it works in iRacing, not fully sure. But in LMU, I mean, I'm cutting, I'm crashing, I'm doing everything, it still keeps at max, like I have maxed out Platinum SR, I'm not really trying to keep it there. I mean, generally I think of myself as kind of a clean driver, but still I did quite many weird things in the daily races especially. Ooh, okay. Need a bit more of power cut. So yeah, I don't know how to answer. What is going with the tires? Oh, no, the battery is full anyway. Well, it feels a lot easier to get wheel spin. At least the game is not crashing. And brakes are quite powerful. What? I didn't get it. It's like the throttle mapping changed. Just much easier to get wheel spin. Is my TC even working? I mean, it can be track conditions, but look, max TC, it does nothing. And now... Ah! Okay, I have TC override on this button. I clicked it and then it started working. Like, you know, now I floor it. You see how heavily it restricts? Flat out. Look. This is TC. Before it was just... Yeah, I had no TC. Wow, okay. That's a first. Where is my... I'm not sure if that was steering wheel. The button just kind of got stuck. Or maybe it was a game bug. Well, good to know. Into Quali. Should be like 7 laps. Let's put 8. And see what happens. Why am I on medium? Give me a moment here. Okay, I had the bug where I couldn't press escape, so luckily I have alternate. Okay, didn't crash. All good. I often get that bug where I have the keyboard not registering inputs, and that's been the case since very old R Factor 1 times even. And it's still there sometimes, I don't know. Or maybe, like when I opened PC today, I couldn't put in the password. I had to replug the keyboard, so maybe it's on my side before I start complaining about LMU. But I have alternate ESC mapped onto my Stream Deck. So that's all good. I mean, TC override, it's not a toggle, like it's, if I press it, like it's on this DRS button, if I press it then it's off. If I lift it, it's like here. Well, had a bit too much speed to properly show, but I think it was visible. Maybe brake bias a bit to the rear. You saw, like when I pressed, it spun the rears. But in iRacing it is just a toggle button, I think. You cannot press it to like turn it off. You have to, like, I mean, you cannot hold to make it work. It has to be press and press again. But here it's just hold. What do you think is better, triple or ultra-wide? I prefer ultra-wide because there is just no hardware to run properly triple screens at good frame rate for me. I don't know. It's quite a hassle with triples, in my opinion. Like my ideal monitor for now would be that 57-inch 1440p resolution with like at least 165 Hz, if not 200. But it really requires like NASA PC to run it. At least on high details. Early on brakes. It's funny how dry traction control settings work perfectly in the wet. Makes me think if I don't just have too high or too restrictive dry settings. This curb just has way too much grip. Anyway, the devs said that they will be working on wet physics or like wet weather improvements, so at some point it's gonna be fine. Hi Ankesh, thank you. Vitka, that's interesting. There is something weird with how TC works here. I just don't fully understand it. Like the same values sometimes produce huge wheel spin and sometimes it just bogs down RPM and you cannot get out of a corner. Strange thing is as well that usually in the rain it was always like detached rear ARB or like very soft rear ARB values. But here, if I do that, I just keep understeering. That wasn't ideal. How are the temps? It's still no no sign of any overheating. Yeah, I think the Peugeot glues well together with me. Like, before the tire update in December, I thought it's the most pleasant car to drive. After the update, it became even a bit more sluggish. But I guess it's all fixable with the setup. But further tire updates coming anyway. I think in this last corner, in the wet, it's better to have a shallower entry, just to travel less distance. Yeah, that kind of worked with the Delta. Thought I have lost quite a bit of time previous lap in turn 1, but now I just broke so early that Delta went fully red. But rain should kind of intensify now anyway. Forecast, actually not. Hi Shark, thank you. Done, we are recharging. I realized I kept it at 200, and actually in these conditions that's kind of important, because at 190 in some corners you are still quite laterally loaded, and that means that when the front axle activates and starts deploying full 200 kilowatts, you get quite a lot of understeer, especially like turn 2 exit, turn 3 exit. So it's kind of better to have less mapping for more predictable balance. Well, last attempt. Alright, a little bit of improvement. That last corner, I braked too early. Feels like still in these conditions you can lose the most time or gain the most time by just braking later. I mean, not like this, but if you brake 15 minutes, meters earlier to be a bit safer, to avoid lockups, you will just lose a lot of time. Enjoying 4040p, I am glad you are enjoying it. And I'm glad the PC is handling all the extra load. Yeah, I cannot escape. Luckily I have the button. Hello, Carlos. Too much of a Michi sleep. I mean, this tire is kind of made for Michi, right? Radiator, oof. What do we have in the radiator anyway? 50-50. Yeah, I guess in these conditions it doesn't really matter, like... It's cold, we are not abusing the engine too much. Well, there we go. Thinking if there are some clicks that I could do in the setup. I think I did this before. But that sleep is too much, maybe 9. Yeah, let's see how long we go in the first stint. That weather should kind of stretch the first stint quite a lot. Yes, Dan, as Dan says, that's a very good idea. Well, I click the tires, it's wet. Should be fine, Dan. Where is the... P4! And where is the other? P17. Why are emojis not working? Anyway, he's gonna enjoy some Glickenhaus. The emojis work here, but not in the UI. Interesting. Forecast, overcast and storm. It's gonna get soaked. I think we will need less virtual energy for second stint, but anyway, I will adjust it later. And we are going, and nothing has crashed. Stream works, tires still work. I have wets on. I really don't know what the issue was for many of us on Tuesday. Maybe it's just the Peugeot 23 issue? Anyway. Ferrari instant torque, yeah, let's see. I mean, there is no much grip. 203 at Kota, that's alright. Let's go. Yeah, I don't know. I guess the answer is I cannot fight off the Ferrari instant torque and the Glickenhaus. And the Glick is into the lead. Who designed the wipers? Why is it not cleaning my windshield? I want to see this part. Apex was there. The French. Yeah, that was not a great apex from Sven. Always need to double check the radar if there is somebody dive bombing into the last corner. Yeah, but would need two wipers indeed. Still don't know if it's better to hit that curb or not. Kind of depends on the situation. You see that blue hue from underneath the Ferrari through the spray? Arda is fast. Ferrari working well. Peugeot Viper sucks. I've only driven the Peugeot for 2 hours in real life. And it was in sunny conditions with a driving instructor. I mean, Ferrari... Yeah, that's a great question, why Ferrari didn't get bopped. It was generally just a LMDH bop. Because half a year ago, LMDH cars were very difficult to drive, and therefore just naturally a bit slower. So they got preferential BOP. Then they made the tire over the whole class more forgiving, and suddenly LMDHs were flying. So that's why they BOP'd them now. But they didn't BOP within each subclass. But I mean, let's see. I don't think the Ferrari is even really that OP, or if it's at all. I will try to do my best to prove that in VMS Pro. VMS gonna be funny. Season 1 was all about LMDH, and 20 kilograms later on some cars it's now all about LMH. And 20 kilos is not really that much for heavy cars like this. wonder if this curb is still gonna be drivable when it's storm. Yeah, VMS Pro is gonna be Ferrari versus Peugeot versus Toyota. There is one Alpine and one Porsche. Maybe the Alpine is actually a really good car. Let's see. I see Arda is on a little bit of fuel saver now. After a lap I had marginally more energy. Now he has maybe 0.1% more. There is no BMW. I don't know. BMW is a really good car. And already for season 1 only Michi and I took it. And if I didn't take it, then Michi wouldn't have taken it either, I think. But it handles so nicely. But I guess 20 kilo is 20 kilo. So now it went to overcast and rain. Storm soon. I think there is one more Peugeot. But it's mostly Ferraris. Yeah, let me fix that kilowatts. This corner is really annoying because of the wetness on the windshield here. One really loses quite a bit of spatial awareness even. I don't even need to downshift or upshift to third here, but if I lift in second and start turning, there is just so much torque on the rear trying to spin me around from engine braking. But yeah, I mean, when I was driving the Peugeot half a year ago for some special events, it never felt like it's slow. I could always fight with it. Was waiting behind the BMW to see if he's gonna start drifting wide a little bit to sneak up on the inside. But yeah, of course the drawback of the Peugeot is that it accelerates slower than most other cars, which is fine at tracks and conditions like this. But Kota exit of that hairpin in sector 2 can be depressing when you have BMW ahead of you. heavy rain. Yeah, we really need to start thinking of the braking zones now. Extremely wet. Okay. I mean, this is quite grippy, to be honest. Especially with the puddles being merely visual. Well, that's awkward. Okay, you just about made it. Oof. It was scary looking at the radar. Hi Chad. Well, the race it's going. It's quite fun. But let's see what happens. Yeah, this is not extremely wet. I mean, it says it is, but I can easily imagine much wetter conditions. Driving solely through the radar app. Where is the apex? Luckily it's clockwise track, so corners mostly go right, and visibility is good there. Evening, Fabio. But like I go with full input on the brake. These wets are quite powerful for sure. But after you do some wet racing in iRacing, and you get used to what puddles do, you just get twitchy when hitting every single big puddle in LMU, as you just expect to fully aquaplane, but nothing happens, as they are only visual. Like here in iRacing I would be going straight. So indeed, LMU has quite a lot of improvements to be made in that aspect. Finally some clear track. Oh, the battery. Yeah, I think these conditions at the moment are just copy-paste from R Factor 2. No work has been done yet, apart from maybe some textures, I think. So for sure a lot of fine-tuning and optimizations to be done to use the physics, the underlying physics better. I just wonder whose decision it was to put puddles onto the track visually, but have them make no physical effect. Like, I mean, I probably complained about it many times, but I still want to know. I mean, the way that we drive, especially in changeable conditions, just absorbing every possible visual cue from the track, and then have massive puddles that do absolutely nothing, like very, very silly. Anyway. Let's have a bit more power cut. Yeah, and the 2D spray texture. Well, they say that it's hard to make it easy on PC, but... Oh, I can surely feel that click on TC cut makes a massive difference from 5 to 6. Ferrari just pulls a gap on the exits, or rather the Peugeot doesn't pull a gap where it should pull a gap. Maybe it's the TC, but if I have less TC then I just spin the rears. Well, that's a little bit of a brake bias problem. It's really funny to see underneath his diffuser like that purple haze or whatever. It gets green sometimes. Need for Speed Underground 2 throwback. Well, Marius, I guess. I mean, the way we can no longer push the 60s F1 cars around real tracks flat out, and we can do that in sim racing, the same way we can drive wetter conditions in sim racing than safe in real life, and make it even more fun. We are so evenly matched with Erzen. Did they put it back to 5? No, it was on 6. I don't know. 6 feels too much and too little at the same time. And as I'm struggling, the Ferrari just pulls 3 car lengths. I haven't fixed my B bias yet, right? He's saving a little bit more energy, that's annoying. Wait for me. I don't know where to make the move. If I get close enough, it would need to be a monumental dive. Yeah, then I've tested many different TC settings. Issue with the slip is that you just have to have it quite high. I mean, mostly it's like slip and cut in operation. Very rarely you have the main one in operation, I think. Because very rarely it's like fully straight traction zone. What calms me down a bit is not that Aston, but okay. Well, the Ferrari head is getting quite some bonks today. I'm still clean. But yeah, what calms me down a bit is knowing how much worse the Toyota acceleration is even compared to the Peugeot. I just don't know where the straight line is out of that corner because of the wetness on the windshield. Just lack, like I lose coordination. Like in airplane, if you start landing and descending and you don't have a window view and then it starts like moving but you don't have visual reference. It's hard to see through the spray that doesn't get cleaned on the windshield on the left. Unlucky. Well, Lamouche, we are pushing. I hope it looks fine. Like, I mean, this is kind of low to medium details. I'm sure it would look much better on high details. But, well, one day I will have an even better GPU and even better monitor. Or even better camera, I don't know. And it will look even better. But this is, I think this looks pretty good. Like, I didn't even know I'm heading towards the curb. I should go VR. I mean, I've never tested VR. I will get to test it one day. But on previous stream we figured out that there is no hardware yet for VR that would make VR have solid frame rate. I know that many years ago in iRacing somebody did that iRacing WC like Formula top tier league, or like not league, championship race with VR and won it. Was it Oli Pakala? That's the name that stuck with me. So I thought, well, it's doable, but yeah, probably not a viable option for long races. I'm always car behind compared to the leader. Well, about frame rate, first of all, in most sim racing games, if we have 90 FPS, it feels laggy, it feels like there is latency, it feels stuttery. So you almost have to have the 144 at least. Which is weird. I mean, I drove for many years with 60 Hz monitor, it was absolutely fine. So I don't know what exactly is happening. I don't really have a huge pace advantage here, right? I'm trying my best. We are doing high 38s both. He has a bit more energy than I. So at this point I need to find some pace somewhere. Cannot make that apex. This is quite understeery. Let's try one more rear ARB. I mean, this is what I would run in the dry, so I'm confused. How much one good braking zone can change things? And the abrupt lighting changes. That has to be fixed at some point. So the conditions are as good as they were at the start now. Hi Claudio, we are pushing. This is the favorite conditions for me now when it starts getting drier. Purples will be getting set regularly. It's like LMDH ahead versus LMH. Just difficult to get a slipstream. But I think I'm much more confident on the brakes. Thank you, Ford. Good to not get stuck. drawing line showing up. So forecast is already back to cloudy and light rain. And track is not even slightly wet, so I suppose at no point we will even think of slicks here. No! Sorry. It's the situation where the LMH driver, or the hypercar driver, always assumes that the track is his and that the GT3s should just move over, you know. That's the first assumption. Then you realize that there are two classes of cars. So the Porsche losing the rear a bit out of turn 1. Oof. I get the feeling that the traffic could be more helpful here. Arda always get slight bit of advantage. Now again, he will be ahead, I will be behind. That was close behind. I tried to open up the corner a bit. Yeah, it's difficult as a GT3. If you brake on the inside and realize you're a little bit too late, you just have to go straight. And then if there is a hypercar on the outside, well, unlucky for him. So the spray is kind of gone. The left side wets are getting hot. 10 laps that we can do further here. And we should get, yeah, I guess 26 laps overall in the end. That's as much as off slipstream as I'm ever gonna get. Power. Stop accelerating, Ferrari. Ah. How he pulls out of hairpins. Ooh, okay. My bad. Big cars. Slightly wet. Yeah, that's gonna be very soon soft conditions, well, slicks conditions. But then rain is gonna start soon as well. In fact, here we go. The diesel is here. Ferrari struggles with low to medium speed front grip for sure. It's just difficult to profit from that. Because he can just park the car on the apex and then power out of the corner, and then he has the superior acceleration. Hi Corne, I am doing quite well, thank you. I hope you are as well. But yeah, what a battle. I see Jardier is still battling with with the Glick. They have quite a nice battle as well for P3. But I have to find some kind of a gap somewhere. The good thing is that Arda in the lead is now too scared to lift and coast. And I can keep doing it and have better mileage. It will be hard to get the same kind of run out of the last corner again. Well, 6 to go of this stint. Not like that. Too early on power. Too afraid to fully send it. Yeah, the update made the BOP better. So there is, I mean, I would argue there is not really a best car, but people generally gravitate towards the Ferrari. I'm not convinced though. I need to scare him out of an apex, then I have a chance. Oh, mind punt. GT3. Come on. It just will not work around the outside. maybe. Here comes the Ferrari acceleration. We have done it! Well, now defend. I don't like that Corvette. Had a wobble, the Corvette. So is 4/10 enough? I guess the track is getting wetter, right? Yeah, it went from slightly wet to wet. I'm just marginally short on fuel for that extra lap. I really want to do it. Two to go. Where is my... yeah. Not sure what to do with virtual energy there. Like, the calculation now supposes last couple of laps, and they were drier. It's gonna get slower, so I need less fuel. But not sure how much. I even have marginally more energy. Will he box now? He keeps going as well. Well then, box. My tiny pedal overlay reckons here that it's gonna be 16 after this. I don't know if it calculates together with pit stop or not. If I put 17, maybe Arda jumps me again, which would not be good. I think 16's fine. In. You know what's a very cruel thing that you can do? Hit somebody into the rear, make him spin in the speed in the pit lane. What direction do I have to put my car there? Like that? I mean, okay. It's quite lenient with positioning. Yeah, well, Marius, about fuel, I don't know. The problem is that Arda can always just take a bit less fuel and jump me, and then I'm stuck again. Well, there we go. He's even more on the limit than I. 38% for him. I mean, he could be in for quite of a stretch. Wait, that's... Huh? What? That's the lapped car, that's not Sven. Right? Is that Sven? No, that's Jurica. Blue flag, man. I was like, what's going on with the Glickenhaus? Does it have 15 seconds shorter pit stops or what? I mean, our pit stop was 18, so no way, right? But what happens now? Do we get less laps? Overlay is still saying 15 after this. I have 15 laps of fuel. I guess I can just go full push from here on, and Arda can go like marginal fuel saving and he's gonna be fine. I will have a little bit of advantage because of that, of course. These lighting changes Hey, hey, hey. It's breaking my immersion. Oh, thank you, Ferrari. Much appreciated. Wait, what was the official, or not official, what was the answer for that abrupt lighting changes? Was it that I have too low graphics details or something like that? I mean, that's kind of weird and understandable at the same time, but it shouldn't really do that, right? From very bright to very dark in an instant. The neons are back under the Ferrari ahead again. What a battle ahead of us. Hi Camille. Yeah, I have my tiny pedal overlay profile in my Discord. There should be a working link in the description of the stream, and there is like hardware or like software topic or like a chat with tiny pedal underneath. Just to realize I have kind of misplaced them a bit for the Peugeot. They're obstructing a little bit. They're not fully on the car, like on the dash, so could make it better, but yeah, it's pretty nice color wise. I tried to match the LMU HUD colors, but there is a bit of kind of color gradient there, so it's hard to fully replicate. It's getting quite wet. Need to brake earlier and earlier. If the yellow Ferrari turned in, he would have taken Arda out. Give me the tow. Thank you. Keep doing that, keep doing that. Brilliant. Arda is going wide. Is he? He slowed it to the apex. Sorry. Good defense. Well, fair enough, he boxed me in. He was quite aggressive, tried to go out of the box, but there was no space. I didn't want... Sorry. He broke so early, and then I realized I don't have the stopping power. Anyway. Such a better angle, but maybe for the water reasons or just for Ferrari reasons I couldn't go close enough. Anyway, good slipstream. Another calculation. The lap calculation went lap down. The prediction showing 9.3. So 9 after this lap, but well, I overfueled. But if somehow rain stops and it gets faster, then Arda is again in trouble. I wonder how much of this is just Peugeot traction issue and how much is the Peugeot power issue. So then 9 laps. I have done the move once, I can do it twice. We are not really that much slower than the fastest laps. Like 2 seconds off. So either the tiny pedal overlay is dreaming, or we are very close to the extra lap, like a second or 2 off. Too far. What is the best sim? Well, I'm still waiting for the best sim, but well, I'm enjoying LMU the most at the moment. But R Factor 2, which is, well, slightly older version of this game, is doing some content extremely well. Like the Formula Sim Racing kind of F1 style cars, they drove exactly like at some tracks, like you see the real F1 cars behave. It was spot on. In the long run, at least, when you go for full push pace and disregard the wear on the thermal deck, it becomes a bit broken. To be honest, some issue with LMU at the moment. But in my opinion, no other sim comes quite close to what these two... Well, there is Live for Speed, right, which some people say is still a really good sim, but it's 20 years old and it's not really like... it's not an updated game, it doesn't have any racing, it's just... you can do laps offline. But I just couldn't enjoy ACC or iRacing. I mean, I'm trying still to enjoy iRacing a bit, to learn it. It's surely good for exposure and so on, and for the amount of content in races, but RF2 and LMU just feel way more connected to the road than anything else. That's my experience. Yeah, like Erzan is... I don't know. Let's see when we get like 3 or 2 laps to go. I think it's very marginal with extra lap or no extra lap. And if we get the extra lap, then he's in trouble. But at the moment the rain is not stopping. Sorry. Well, it's kind of on me. I thought he was leaving some space, but then he returned. It's a tricky corner, right? I mean, you can blame me for putting the nose in, or him for returning from so far away from racing line, but that's how the corner is designed. Yellow flag. It's gone. It could be close enough. Yeah, I don't know. I would need to be on the inside. That corner is difficult to overtake. Well defended. Think he's maybe fuel saving a little bit still. But, well, that's some good battling, right? What was that Porsche doing? Felt like he had no intention of going to the, well, exit of the last corner anyway. Two to go. And it's indeed very close to the third lap. I scared myself and you guys more than I scared him. I was just a little bit too far to commit for it. But yeah, this is okay, this is the last lap. It was 10 seconds margin. Skip. Let him through. That's him, yeah. I lost my head a little bit, didn't I? Well, he's on 0% energy, but he will make it. Well, GG Arda. Nice defense. Nice strategy. Yeah, I overfueled by a lot, but I already thought I was stretching. Well, that's quite some of replay analysis to be done. I broke a bit weirdly into the chicane there. Oh, yeah. Oh, what a race. Well, you know, you win some, you finish second some. That's a good saying, I guess. I thought I had a chance there. Like, he was always struggling. Here, at this point, I was sure he's gonna dart to the left a little bit on the braking zone, so I was thinking, well, I could switch back, but I tried that at Monza on Wednesday, and we went both off track, or like I fully overshot it. It was one pit stop, Chad. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed even that P2. I mean, you know what? Could that be deemed as moving under brakes? He moved and then braked right after he moved. So I guess that's clean in all aspects. If I was right behind him, then he would have kept defending the fully right side. So I kind of went to the left for him to open up, but it was just all too late. It's really difficult to judge that last moment switch to the inside, and then you're at a very weird angle anyway. So I tried braking. I mean, he kept moving a bit to the left, and that caught me off guard and made me lock the rear a little bit, and yeah, I was just late on the brakes anyway. I mean, he wasn't particularly comfortable with making the apex either. Anyway, glad that there is no invisible wall sticking in there. Can I just quickly... Let me quickly find the other move. So this move was really good. Good race, Arda. Well defended. Yeah, here, this was really nice, I think. Kind of surprising. I mean, Fuji is just made in a way that you cannot have a switchback out of turn 1 just because how the geometry is. And then when you have Ferrari with crazy acceleration. I just tried to carry it around the outside. Doesn't work. And then I thought, well, no way, but Arda gave the space. I took it. Scared of the McLaren. And then I was just far enough that I could defend, right? That was a nice move. I mean, I don't know, let me, guys, please let me complain just once. I think I was quite unfortunate with traffic this race. Okay, I'm gonna stop there, no more complaining of traffic. But in the last lap, let me check that, so here, right? That BMW, is that Arda going aggressively from, I don't know, just nature of track maybe? And then? This was the crucial move. I was like, yes, he's trying around the outside, I have the whole corner on the inside. So I committed to it, but then... I mean, it's, you know, it's hard to know how much on the limit the GT3 is. Okay, I guess that ended well enough, but yeah, it was, of course, last lap full risk move. Dear Peugeot. I'm gonna struggle with this with this slow acceleration for 9 rounds in VMS Pro. Oh dear, what have I done to myself? I guess I'll just need to take 9 pole positions and drive away. I don't know. it's really hard to battle against people who just... I mean, against cars that have inherent advantage on the exits. Well, still better than battling against a BMW anyway. Yeah, I mean, it's my duty to find a clean way through, right? I kind of found it, like, from this perspective, space is there, and yeah, if I remove my last lap red mist from my eyes, then obviously he's gonna go for the apex, but maybe in the last lap I can squeeze myself onto this tarmac here, maybe I can scare him off a bit to the left. You know, it's last lap. And it's one off special event, so even if we crash, I finish P2, no big deal. In real life the judgment is obviously very different. George, hello. Yeah, it was pretty much a spot on race for what this is from both of us, I think. Oof, well, that was quite a workout. And my throat and the vocal cords are absolutely gone because I spent 5 hours in a restaurant in a family celebration, so... Hi Wayne, thank you for your sub. Hi Ivan, GG then to you as well, if you survived. It was for sure not easy. It's not often that it goes to extremely wet track. 6.3, okay. I mean, I gained 6.3, but then I had a crash, like game crash on Tuesday and lost 22, so... Slowly but surely making my way to silver 3. So Jardir in the end got Sven. But, well... I want to be as daring or as courageous. Is that a word? To actually take a Glickenhaus. It's a really cool car. It's just shame it's off pace. It would be nice to just over BOP'd or like under BOP'd just to have it maybe 2/10 off or 3/10 off, or but not 1 second off. I mean, I don't know. Like it's good in the wet, but worse when it actually needs the downforce. But it would be good to be able to take it and actually compete because it's really fun to drive. Yeah, Vitka, yeah, for sure. It was full crazy move. Jardir took new tires. Really? I thought wets are kind of like durable, but it's true that we overheated them quite a bit. So when the rain came back, we struggled even more. But nobody really knows much about that anyway. Nobody properly tested the wear on wets in different conditions. Isota is good. Not sure if it's within 2/10 of the best cars, but it's alright. Wets are really soft. Yeah, they are getting insane thermal degradation once you get like 65 or 70 Celsius on them. They don't die much, but they just, well, they lose 2 seconds, 3 seconds, which doesn't feel like much when the track is improving anyway. Thank you, Dalibor. I'm glad you enjoyed it and learned something. Anyway, before I give up my voice and my ghost, let me say thank you again to all of you. I hope you enjoyed it, even if I didn't in the end make the move. I mean, I made the move for the win, but it turned out that it was undone in the strategy. Took 3% too much, 3 liters too much. Anyway, was very fun racing. Well, guys, see you probably on Tuesday. Until then, have a nice Sunday. a nice start to the next week. And good night. Bye bye.